What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Booze, your wild and crazy uncut news station. Alright, House passes deal to end shutdown. This is great. We now have a government shutdown. Oh yeah, that's what I like to hear. Woo! Alright. Alright, the House... Oh, crap. Ola. Alright. The House approved a sweeping budget deal Friday morning that would fund the government through March 23rd, sending legislation to President Trump that would end a brief shutdown of the government that began at midnight. Shoot. The bill passed in a 240-186 vote despite opposition from most Democrats, who had sought a firmer commitment from Speaker Paul Ryan that he will bring immigration legislation to the floor for a vote that would protect immigrants who came to the United States as children from deportation. House Democrats just barely made up for the defections on the GOP side. A total of 73 Democrats voted for the legislation, while 67 Republicans voted against it. Oh man. Okay. Democrats nonetheless tried to make the GOP leaders sweat. They held out their voice until the final minutes, when it was clear that the majority of the GOP conference supported it. Oh, what? Alright, that's some... Oh, why would you do that? Alright. So they held out their votes until the final minutes of it ending. So, like, we thought there was going to be a shutdown. Everybody doo-dooed in their pants. Oh, man. Alright, so... At first, Republicans were the only ones casting votes as Democrats sat largely in silence. Then the no votes ominously began piling up, only enough for Democrats to eventually neutralize the GOP defections. Alright. Gamesmanship from both parties was repeatedly on display, with Democrats warning Republicans they could not count on the minority delivering votes. Uh-oh. Alright, so now, Republicans, for their part, repeatedly played it cool in public, offering confidence the measure would pass despite opposition from conservative Republicans who said that the new spending added too much to the deficit. Yeah, I'm agreeing, like, we can't be spending too much money. We gotta pay back. We're like 19 trillion in debt. Even though the economy's booming, that's what I like to see, the economy boom. In his closing remarks, Ryan noted the bipartisan 71-28 Senate tally and said that 75% of Senate Democrats and 68% of Senate Republicans had voted for it. Before Ryan spoke, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi from California again called on him to comment to vote on an immigration, saying he acts more as a Speaker of the White House than the Speaker of the House. Ooh. The early vote took place because Senator Rand Paul, who blocked action in the Senate for most of Thursday with a Democrat demand on an amendment leaving previous ceilings on federal spending in place. Alright, so he blocked action on the Senate for most of Thursday with a demand on amendment leaving previous ceilings on federal spending in place. So, like, he thought that we're spending too much money. And I agree, I don't want to spend too much money with this country because we're kind of in debt and we're going to give all that crapola to our children. And, not going to be good. But anyways, what you're seeing is reckless, trying to be passed off as bipartisanship, Paul said in a Senate floor speech. Alright, Paul used Senate rules to delay a vote in the Senate until early Friday morning, angering his colleagues in the process. So he got his colleagues all pissed off. They're like, rah! In an extraordinary exchange on the Senate floor, the number 2 Senate Republican, John Cornyn from Texas, accused Paul of pushing to effectively shut down the federal government for no reason. So that's what they're saying. He thinks he just wants to shut it down for shits and giggles or something. But that's not the case. Senator Paul Senator Rand Paul doesn't he's like a conservative type, saving person. He doesn't like spending money where it doesn't need to be spent. He's very strongly opinionated on what should be spended with our tax dollars. And so is Ron Paul. They have a big following. I know a couple people that really love him and stuff, and they're really Ron Paul go hard, die hard type fans. So Corinne was like, I don't know why we're basically burning time here while the senator from Kentucky and others are sitting in a cloakroom wasting everybody's time and inconveniencing the staff. That's what Corinne said. Senator John Thaw, a typically even-keeled lawmaker who said he passed the time by watching Netflix and the NBA, LOL, called Paul's tactics a colossal waste of everyone's time. Oh man, they are pissed at Paul. Ooh, I don't want to be Paul right now. Ooh, he already got an ass whooping by his neighbor. Come on. Yeah, I think a couple months ago he got his ass whooped by his neighbor. They got into a Scrabble. But still, Rand Paul has a point, and we shouldn't be freaking just spending our country's money, just spending. We gotta, put some saving, and we gotta pay off our damn debt. But anyways, I'm not a political... Well, I am, but I'm not a political guy on here, because I want to get as many fans as possible, so I won't, put my views and impose them on y'all. But anyways, in the House, Republicans warned Democrats would own the shutdown if enough of them voted against the spending deal. The debate took place just a few weeks after Democrats in the Senate blocked the House stopgap bill funding the government, triggering a 3-way shutdown in January. That fight was also instigated by the battle over immigration, and specifically Democratic demands for legislation to replace the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program that President Trump is unwinding. The deal passed by Congress sets the stage to boost federal spending for both defense and non-defense programs by $300 billion over the next 2 years, and will suspend debt ceiling for 1 year, knocking 2 major to-do items off lawmakers' list. Alright, that's what's up. The bill will fund government until March 23rd, which will give lawmakers time to write an omnibus spending bill for the rest of the fiscal year and break the pattern of gridlock that has led to 5 temporary funding patches since September. The deal also includes a number of other priorities for both parties, including nearly $90 billion of disaster relief, $6 billion to address the opioid crisis, a 4-year extension of the Children's Health Insurance Program, and more than $7 billion for community health centers. Yet for all sweeteners that were loaded into the agreement, moving the deal through Congress wasn't without its share of drama. So yeah, there was some drama, some static up in here. We had some action up in the wire. Well, in the congressional whatever. That's what's up. Well, it's not what's up, but what is, a little bit of excitement. Never killed anyone. Shoot, I'm making this too long. Alright, as part of the deal, the previous shutdown last month, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell pledged to allow the floor debate on immigration as soon as next week. But Ryan will not make any assurances that the House will take up any bipartisan bill passed by the Senate or allow open-ended debate on immigration. We will bring a solution to the floor when the president will sign, Ryan said during the news conference on Thursday. Ryan expressed reluctance to move forward with the legislation lacking Trump's support. I don't want to risk a veto, Ryan said. Damn, this is so long. Yeah, so he doesn't want to risk a veto. Pelosi set the record on Wednesday for the longest continuous floor speech, demanding a commitment to allow a vote on bipartisan legislation to protect dreamers. She opposed the budget deal, which she helped negotiate with the other congressional leaders, but dictated to her caucus that they could vote as they saw fit. Just the shutdown began at midnight Thursday night. House Democratic leaders again urged Ryan to make a public statement committing to open floor debate on a variety of immigration proposals. We strongly believe that members of the House and their constituents deserve the same dignity that Leader McConnell has extended to the members of the Senate by allowing for a vote on this issue, Pelosi said. And Assistant Minority Leader James Clyburn, they wrote in a letter to Ryan. Meanwhile, Ryan was also facing revolt within his own ranks as scores of the House conservatives slammed the budget deal as fiscally irresponsible and vowed to oppose the legislation. Alright, let's not make some irresponsible deals. Come on, man, I have to live in this country, and if you messed it up, I had to deal with it. The Voos has to deal with it. I mean, come on. Let's go. Ryan and the leadership team were forced to lean on both Democrats and GOP defense hawks to largely supply the votes for the budget deal. As a press conference early in the day, Ryan, flanked by a number of House Armed Service Committee members, touted the budget deal's boost for the U.S. military. Even Defense Secretary James Mattis joined in the last-minute push to wrangle up support from defense hawks, making phone calls to lawmakers in the hours before the midnight deadline, according to one source. In the Senate, Paul spent most of the late-night vote series ducked in the cloakroom, largely avoiding his colleagues, whom he forced to be there until around 2 a.m. so they couldn't go out and grind and party. Ooh, they're mad at him. Several senators were seen yawning inside the chamber while Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa bowed his head down and closed his eye for a few minutes. Senator John Kennedy told reporters that he was so tired that he may even skip watching Frasier reruns. And a sign of how unusual the night was, Senator James Inhofe of Oklahoma was forced to change after showing up to the vote wearing jeans and a raincoat. Oh my God. That shit is funny. Alright, on the way to the chamber, Senator Angus King of Maine asked reporters, "Don't we look awful? Shoot, man. We need to get this thing done! Drill time up in this piece. Damn, just get it done. And let's not waste money on stupid stuff, please. Let's actually make the country better and poppin', pimpin', poppin', pop-a-lockin'. You know? We need... I mean, if the country gets worse, hey, I'll be reporting it. There'll be more crime, and that's more for the views. Your wild and crazy uncut news station. Yeah, so please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and like and share this, and let's get me buzzing. And don't forget to subscribe to the Vooz, your wild and crazy uncut news station. Boom.